YouTube, welcome back to the Bazaar. So today, hopping back in with my ranked ticket, and I think I'm gonna go for a dually run because I want to unlock Pig, but in order for me to do that, it's gonna be 3,000 gems, and I only have 945, and I made the mistake of unlocking dually before Pig. I don't know if it's a mistake. Pig gameplay can be very repetitive. There's a lot of buy-sell mechanics and value stacking. So I thought dually would be more fun at the time, but now I'm kind of regretting that decision. But the best way for me to do, to go ahead and unlock another character is for me to win. So let's see how we do. Okay, I don't really like any of these options. I think this is the best one, just because it has both the charge mechanic and the freeze mechanic. So definitely gonna go there. Probably gonna start with a wide weapon build if I'm able to.
Any good fights lately?
Although tech items would be helpful as well. Sure,
Then,
Uzi's
you carry
good.
my weapon? I fight alongside you.
And upgrade on that. That's great.
Stillness.
And everybody's
I
favorite, the
prefer
rocket launcher.
action.
Definitely gonna go pyro so I can see if I can get more burn on the rocket launcher. This should be a pretty easy win, but it's day one. If you're not beating the computer on day one, then what are we doing here? I do think I am pretty well set up against the PvP player for day one too, and that's perfect. That's exactly what I wanted there. I think there's a high chance that the rocket launcher and the icy arc blaster are going to be there at the end of the day, or at the end of the game. I don't really see the need to transform this. What I really want right now is a small tech item. Although an upgrade on the rocket launcher is good. And the drill. I have to take it, unfortunately. Sorry to be annoying. It's such a good item. And 28 health is going to make a difference. I don't have any gold, so I am going to go for the free skill here. Burn items have 1 burn, that's great. 6 burn with a multicast 3 on day 1 is great. This guy just needs to go off once and I should win. Alright, I really would have liked to have found a tech item to charge this, but I think with how much I was able to put into the rocket launcher on day 1, I think I'm completely okay with that. Because the burn, in my opinion, the burn is a much stronger part of the win condition than whether or not I have tech items. So the 2 things that I'm looking for now, though, are 1, I'm looking for a friend item, which I probably should have taken in an earlier shop. But I don't really need to upgrade the Uzi. So I'm looking for a friend item, and I'm looking for a tech item with a priority on the friend item, but I guess I'll take... Should I? No, I'm gonna be a little bit greedy and see if I can find the friend item, which I did not. I do have an upgrade here for the power drill, so I'm actually gonna do that, sell that, and if you love stereotypical dually runs, well, you're gonna love this one.
I may not be the most masterful trainer. I must be the
Weapon
cheapest.
damage or burn. I'm gonna go extra burn, and just really gonna lean in on the rocket launcher burn for my win condition here.
9 years.
And I'm gonna take extra XP, and I think I could easily beat the Road Scrapper, which is the strongest computer opponent of the day. Is there anything here that I actually want? Not really. Other than the XP from beating the strongest opponent, there's nothing really here for me. And I mean, 30 burn on day 2 is pretty good. I think the best that I've seen is like somebody with like 60 burn on day 2, which is crazy, but 30 burn on day 2 is pretty good. Medkit. Dooley doesn't have a lot of heal items, so I might actually just transform that at the right time. What I'm really looking for right now is I want to have a little bit of flexibility, so I'm going to take the coin. And then in this shop I really want to get a friend item, if possible. Although it might be too late for that. But yeah, this is fine. When an adjacent item hastes or slows, charges 1 second. I don't have haste or slow. Leftmost. Okay, so you can go over here. Oh wait, you're a friend. Let me buy you. Well, you're also a friend. Okay. And then for the core, actually we just really like the basic core because it charges all items to the right of it. So I'm going to put this here. You go here, here, and here. And then you can go here. And then I think I'm actually going to put you there. Genghis Khanis. Let's see what you got. Got a Vanessa build. You have sunburn, lots of shield, a little bit of healed, and an ices or acid. It's okay. I mean, the shield is definitely going to counteract the burn that I'm putting up, but I think I'm putting out a lot more damage than them. And they're not going to put up shield fast enough for me. Alright, 43 burn on day 2. Plus a bunch of damage. That's a nice little dub right there. 2 days, 2 wins. Is there anything here that I would want? Not really. Here I could probably possibly find a couple things. Cooldown, yes. 4 damage, it's not really going to differentiate anything here. 10 max health isn't going to really do anything. Actually, do you think having a knee brace could be helpful? And I think I'm just going to leave it at that. I mean, yeah, let me transform this and see if I could get a decent gold item. And when you slow charge, I do not slow, so you can hang out there. And I think again I beat the stronger computer pretty comfortably actually. Because basically what they do is they attack equal to their shield, but burn beats shield. Well, I mean, technically shield is the best way to counteract burn, but strong burn will beat decent shield. So yeah, that was pretty quick. I don't need that, but that's okay because I'm just kind of going for the XP here. And income items. What items would I even want? It's unlikely, it's possible for me to get a level up here, but these would be in a weapon shop. That would be better for me. I guess the haste or a slow item would be good for me. But that would be for medium and large items, and I don't want medium and large items now because I want the knee brace on the board. And this technically is a haste item. So every time I use this, this would haste, which would then charge this. So I think actually I'm in a pretty good spot here. I don't need items right now. I'm going to take the extra income. And then here, let me put, where is it? you out here, and you over there. Okay. And then level up, upgrade a bronze item. Is there a bronze? I guess actually a knee brace would be pretty good to upgrade right now. If I'm gonna have it on my board for a couple of days, that can give me an extra few hundred health. Don't really need items. I'm not too worried about health right now. So yeah, let me get a skill. Rightmost weapon has 20 damage. Putting that on the multicaster is great. Let's see, what do they have going on here? It's a Vanessa, scaling damage with haste. They are definitely going to put out a lot of damage, but the question is if they can survive the burn. That was close. But a win is a win. I think in terms of items right now, I really want a weapon shop, so I think I'm just gonna take some extra gold and get 2 gold in a weapon. It doesn't really do anything for me. Extra fight for extra XP is really kind of what I'm looking for right now. So the things that I'm looking for right now are, one, I'm looking for a weapon shop to potentially upgrade any of my weapons. I'm looking for any burn skills to put out more burn. And I guess I'm also looking for maybe some haste or charge items. I actually ideally like a charge item. The one where it's when you use the core charge list, I think it's a cool LEDs. That would be a good one. Because then I can put this next to that and have 2 charge items right over here, which will make everything go a lot faster. No XP max here. This one, I could see myself losing this one, but we'll see. Yeah, because this does have scaling damage, and every time I use an item, it attacks me. But I think based upon that, it's not scaling damage fast enough, and
to incur the wrath of the deep dynasty.
It's also
courage?
Not every time I attack, it's every time I use an item, it charges this, this doesn't attack every time, so that does make a big difference. Alright. I'm looking for burn skills, and this is, in my opinion, the best burn skill in the game, conflagration. When you use an item with burn, that item gains 1 burn for the fight. You put that on a 3 times multicaster. You can get going pretty quick there.
Some engineers fix things.
Let's see.
I make the things they fix things with.
I don't know if cool LEDs is a tool, but if it is, it's exactly what I'm looking for. But I do know that the power drill is a tool, so I'll take that level up.
You just never know.
I don't have a lot of haste, so I'm not too worried about that. And I think this is good, but it just limits my board so much in terms of what I'm able to do. Skill, sure.
This world is full of noise.
Absolutely take the level up on this. And I'm not gonna say that this is a 10-piece already. I mean, it's day 4, I've got 3 wins and potentially 4 wins in 4 days, and I have a very, very strong burn build. But I do feel good about it. Ammo Vanessa, do they have any weapon scaling? Doesn't look like it. It doesn't look like they have reloading either. If I can...
Bring her about!
Okay.
I've got another
I was gonna say if I can survive the first couple rounds, then I'll win, but it didn't even really get to that point. Alright, 4 days, 4 wins. And the most stereotypical dually board possible. Let's see, weapons. I have some weapons.
By my weapons.
This would be good, but I think I'm gonna skip it. And none of
All
those.
my weapons have been tested in battle. Have you?
I don't want medium and large. Small non-weapon, that sounds up my alley. Okay. I'll go for a loot item. I could take damage or XP or burn, so my odds are pretty good there. I don't need you, I don't need you. I mean, you I can transform eventually if I need to. Gorgon Noble, I think I beat pretty easily. Once they hit half health, they're gonna freeze me for, how long is it? 1 second, but at that point they're gonna have a lot of burn on them, so I'm not too worried about it. And you can see how my burn is really starting to scale up every single time that I attack because of that skill. So I went from 8 burn on this at the beginning of the fight with the multicast of 3, which means every time it attacks that's 24 burn, where it was 20 burn with the multicast of 3 at the end, which is a 60 burn with the... So, and I got the skill. Perfect. First time you fall below half health each fight, freeze all enemy items for 1 second. I gotta say, for ranked 1, this one's fallen into place pretty well. Now I don't want to be overconfident, because some of the late game builds can be pretty nasty, but also with my pace right now, I don't even know if I'm going to see any of the late game builds. Unless I lose like 2 or 3 PvP fights in a row. And I just have a really hard time seeing that happen because I'm pretty strong for where I'm at right now. The one thing that I will say, the biggest challenge right now is that I am still a little bit on the slow side. I don't need you. You'll get slightly more burn, but your burn scales. You're not going to charge more. I actually don't even know if I need... I guess I could upgrade the knee brace and just get an even more health every time I fight a player. Okay, no.
Just close your eyes and grab something.
Yeah, I guess that my biggest weakness right now that I would say that I have is that I'm a little bit on the slow side.
Trash is tragedy.
And I also don't have a lot of sustain, but strong burn builds don't really need a lot of sustain. So that part I'm not as worried about. But the big thing that I really want is I want to be able to move this. I want to get rid of the bomb squad right here and move the Firefly over here next to a cool LEDs. Because then every time anything on this side goes off, it'll charge the core, which will then charge the cool LEDs. And will kind of make this cycle of it self-looping charge items. Let's see. Weapons gain 3 damage, regen, 20 health, cooldown, and you can go on there. Take the gold on that. Cool, let's make the core go slightly faster. You... I'm gonna hold. You I'm gonna hold. And I think with that I'm pretty good. Let's see, a 1-win pig that seems to have lost most of its early fights, which means it's probably lower health, but maybe coming into its own right now on day 5, so 10,050, or sorry, 1,050 health for them, 1,700 health for me. But they will be putting out a lot of burn and they'll have shield and heal, but I think just the health gap and is gonna have this swing my way, but that is a lot of burn on me. But me putting out 96 burn on day 5 is a pretty good sign. But that pig is going to be nasty later. That pig is going to be really, really strong later. If they can survive. Friend items. I don't need a friend item, I need a cool LEDs. Let me transform this. Oops, I need to be there. Tech item. Charge another tech item 1 second. When this gains haste, charge it 1 second. It's not bad.
Make deals, not war. Your aura guided me to what you needed.
You can pull out. And then you can go back in there. Because you're going to charge that. Alright, you need to be next to slower haste. That's why you were there. Yeah, I don't think this works yet. Okay. Alright, now I think I can delete you. It's not the perfect setup that I wanted, but it is better. When an adjacent item hastes or slows, charge this. This hastes, which will also charge this, and this gets charged. So this overall is going to make me go quicker. And I do think no matter what's going on, I am going to keep the first aid, and so let me sell you onto that. And then I do think I still want the cool LEDs, which could eventually replace the knee brace, and then my board will be pretty well set. Here, I think no matter what I do, I'm going to level up before my next fight, because I'm going to get 3 XP even if I fight this guy. And this guy has an item that has pretty good burn stacking on it. This one, when you sell this, your leftmost item gains 4 burn. So I think I'm gonna see if I can go for that. And the gold or the skill or anything like that would be fine as well, but I really do want the, what is it, the salamander pup here? Perfect. Got that, put that onto this, and small shield item. I don't need a small shield item.
Bazaar's a crazy place, right?
Slow one item for 1 second. When an adjacent item poisons or burns, charge this 1 second. Well, you do burn. I think I at least have to buy it. It's kind of getting me closer to what the cool LEDs was doing, but or what I wanted with that, but
I was born in
it's still a little bit far from that.
I know my incendiaries.
A gold conflagration going to diamond, so when you use an item with burn, that item gains 3 instead of 2. Yes, please. And I do have weapons, so let me see if there's anything in the weapon shop for me. Nope.
The bazaar is not kind to the weaponless.
So at this point, I think I probably should put this out because it's going to charge, these two are going to charge each other. And then this is also charging that Now, the main thing, and I'm not sure if I explained this that well, but the main thing that I'm looking to do is because whenever I use items to the left of this, it charges the items to the right of this. And the rocket launcher with the 3x multicast and the scaling burn is my win condition. So I want to have the items on the left go as fast as possible so that every time that these go off, this charges a second and then this gets charged a second. So what I'm looking to do here is I'm looking to have items that are self-charging and kind of combo with each other on the left side so they can charge the core, which then charges the rocket launcher. This so right here I've kind of been getting extra health because every time I fight a player I gain, now it's 300 health, which is great. But I'm also kind of ahead of the curve on my health right now. And I think putting this next to this is going to make everything go a lot quicker. And I think now I'm getting to the point where speed is more important than maxing out my health, because I think I have a pretty good head start on my health. So I'm going to put this out here and let's see what Colbaster has. A Vanessa. So I have, what is it, 2370 health and they have 1700, so I have 600 more health, and they're aquatic poison Vanessa, which means that they're kind of slow. Poison, the status effect of poison is slower by about a half a tick than burn, so I think pretty easy win here because I have a lot of burn and also putting out a fair amount of damage. 169 burn on day 6 is pretty good. Usually I think if I'm like getting towards 200 burn on day 7 or 8, I'm in a really good spot, so I think I'm right around there. The other thing that I would think of here is, so there's two things that I'm thinking of. Still, I'm definitely willing to replace the black spider here with cool LEDs, because every time I use the core that would charge this, which would charge this. And then I'm also probably at this point, I'm kind of maxed out on burn scaling skills. There might be one that I'm not thinking of, but I have the best one and I have it at diamond. So maybe there's some kind of damage scaling skill that I can do. I don't think there's a when you burn. I don't think there's like a when you burn gain damage skill that I can think of. No, I'm not too worried about cold right now.
Buyer's remorse never be remorseless.
And if I don't get cool LEDs, like the spider here, it's a slow item, and it does charge when an adjacent item burns. So like the setup here for these to charge off of each other is pretty great. I think that the only thing that could possibly be better would be having cool LEDs there, but I'm also completely okay if I don't get that. It's not gonna like ruin the run. Okay, I don't need that for sure. I'm gonna hold on to this for a day longer and see if cool LEDs pops up, and if not, I'm just gonna settle onto this and make my slow a little bit stronger. I also think at this point the odds of knee brace coming back out are really slim, so I'll just hold that and with this would be a good skill. I don't really have any shield items, although I probably wouldn't mind a shield enchant on this. So I do know that there is a when you freeze gain damage skill, and I know that there's a when you slow gain damage skill. So if I go to a shop and I see either of those options pop up, like either a slow or a freeze shop, or a skill shop, then I'm probably gonna go to those compared to a broader one. Crit chance, I definitely want that on here. That's also, I don't really have any crit chance, so that could be something that I do, like a when you haste gain crit chance, when you slow gain crit chance, when you freeze gain crit chance. All of those things could work well for me. 3 items for 1 second, 1 item for 3 seconds. I hate to do it, but I'm gonna have to do that. That's just better. This is also really good, actually. In theory, I could get rid of this and this. Okay, I have to sell some things. You're not coming back. You're not ever gonna make it on board. You're gone, you're gone. Okay, let me see what this looks like. Now, when you burn, charge this. When an adjacent item poisons or burn. When an adjacent item haste or slows, you slow. I'm gonna try this for one fight. I don't think I'm gonna lose the fight, but I do think there's a possibility now that I do. Although, and there's cool LEDs. I just got everything that I was talking about. So I got this leveled up to diamond. So you can go out. You go right here. You get sold onto that. You go up here. You go here. And then when an adjacent item burns, charge this. And then you have haste and slow on both sides, plus this is going to charge that. The one thing that I will say is, because I'm burning pretty frequently with the rocket launcher, and that's only going to get faster going forward from here, is that the solar farm is going to give me regeneration, which is going to be some sustain, which with this build right here, I don't really have any sustain at all. What I'll do is I'll keep it in the bag, and then if I end up leveling this up to gold, then I think I will switch. So, because I think the regeneration is going to be pretty helpful, but small and large items, I have small and large items.
I pay well for mid-size.
Okay.
I've got 4 legs because I carry the company.
Okay.
Happy to exploit you. I mean help you.
Go ahead, underestimate me. It makes this more fun.
Yeah, I mean, I have 1,000 more health than them. This is a lifesteal, damage Vanessa, damage scaling Vanessa. But I think I'm just going to be putting on too
Like
much
my crew
burn
says
for
at the
them.
bar. Another round.
I would never debase my word by haggling. Ugh. If you want cheap junk, go see Curio.
I gotta say, for being on day 8 and not having lost yet, it's a pretty good position to be in. But I also do have to remember that this is when a lot of the really strong builds come online. This will be a good test because I usually will not fight the dragon unless I feel very confident about my build, because it's a pretty much guaranteed loss. It's a very strong burn build. It has a brief period at the beginning where its burn isn't that strong, and then it scales its burn. So actually a very similar build to what I'm doing, although different structure. So I am curious to see which one of us wins the race for more burn. And both of these skills would be great as well. You can see this now is 276 burn on it, so. But we put up 284 burn, so if that fight went about 3 seconds, 2.5 seconds longer, I would have guaranteed to lose, but we didn't, and got this skill, which is ridiculous. When you use a medium item, one of your burn items gains 10 plus 10 burn for the fight. Well, I use 3 medium items, so every single time I use those, one of those also has a multicast, so anytime I use any of these medium items, one of my burn items is going to get plus 10 burn, on top of all my other scaling. And for enchantment, enchanted item with burn effects, gotta do it. I gotta do it. Now the question is, do I do double burn on the rocket launcher and just go all in on that, or do I put some burn on the power drill? The problem is I don't have any weapon scaling or damage scaling. So this would, oh no wait, no, I do have damage scaling. Or I have burn scaling, so it doesn't matter if I have damage scaling, because every time I use this, I'm gonna get a lot more burn on it. And this is gonna be charging, which means this is gonna go off, because when the power drill, when you haste, slow, freeze, poison, or burn, charges 2 seconds with right now a 9.7 second cooldown. Well, this is a multicast of 3, so every time this goes off, this is gonna get charged 2 seconds, or 6 seconds. But then this slows one item for 4 seconds, so every time this goes off, this is going to get charged 2 seconds. This burns, so that will charge this 2 seconds. This hastes 3 items, so this is going to be 3 charges, so this will be, every time this goes off, it will be 6 seconds of charge here. And this freezes, so every time this goes off, it will charge this. And because of the burn scaling that I have, every time that this goes off, it's going to gain 3 burn, but then also, since it's a medium item, one of my burn items will get burn plus 10 burn, which could be this, this, or this, but it's fine whichever one it is. This is definitely, in my opinion, the fastest weapon that I have on here right now, so I'm definitely going to go burn here. And charge overall is just a really broken mechanic if you can get things working like this off of each other. So let me think. So if I go here, I'll be able to get potentially more trade health for more damage, trade health for crit chance. Crit chance on you wouldn't be too bad.
With great sacrifice comes great reward.
Or regen. I'm not too worried about that. Yeah, let me put crit chance on you. Look, 20% max health, that puts me kind of right back into the mix with everyone else. No, I think I want to keep my health right now. That may be dumb, but I'm okay with being dumb. Slow items. Could be an enchanted, or it could be cool LEDs. Don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need that. Okay. Take that diamond, sure. I don't really know what the value to leveling these up is, actually. I don't really see any benefit to that.
My fight isn't with you, but if you insist.
Alright, weapon Vanessa, lots of charge and haste. Yeah.
You fall like a boulder.
Honestly, for how slow I started compared to them, the fact that they had only had 26 HP was really surprising. But that is definitely going to be my first loss. But going up until day 8 with only 1 loss, I don't want to say it's good because I'd much rather have no losses. But, and also losing late means you lose a lot faster because you lose the amount of prestige of the day that you're on. So out of my 20 prestige that I had, I
People first,
lost 8 of it.
profit 10.
Compared to if you lose on day 1, you'll only lose.
I get it. You're
Um,
busy. Enjoy your purchase.
If you lose on day 1, you only lose 1 prestige. So I did say before that if I had slow or free skills, then I would go to that skill shop. So here we go. I don't have 1 weapon. First time you slow each fight, freeze an item. That's good for defense. First time you fall below half health, slow 4 items. It's fine. When you slow your weapons, gain 4 damage for the fight. It's not going to be huge, but I don't have a poison item. When you slow your items, gain 2% crit chance. They don't really slow that much though. That's the problem here. Well, actually, I think I'm going to take the damage scaling. Enclave Revenant, I think I can win this pretty easily. I'm still bummed about losing that on day 8. I thought this was going to be a perfect 10 piece, but it's fine. 590 burn put up on day 9 is kind of crazy though. I don't really need to level anything up here. I'm just going to take the XP. Because every time you level up you get more health, so I'm going to take the loot. Extra 1200 shield before my next fight. I think that could be helpful. Let's see, so this is a 3-win dually on their last life. They look like they lost a couple early, then won a couple, and now they're losing again. So, Toxic 1, let's see what you got. Let's see, they have 3000 health compared to my 4200 plus my shield. They are a burn, drill, kind of similar to me, but I don't think they have the scaling. Yeah. Okay, 628 burn. That's great. Non-weapon item. Small and mediums. I have small and mediums.
Terrifying.
Yeah.
That's fine. Don't care.
If you have to ask the price, you can't afford it.
I just don't think you're coming back out. You're as good as you are.
Ugh, window shoppers.
Okay, Lord Arkin, easy win.
You must
When you use an item shield 40, that wouldn't be too bad, or recovering prestige wouldn't be too bad either. Everything else is kind of irrelevant to me.
I will remember you.
Yeah, you can see the rocket launcher is putting out 119 burn at the end of this fight. Multicasted times 3. Oops. Don't need food. We'll take the gold. Upgrade an item. So, like, what item would I even upgrade? none of these really do anything. I think you upgrading only gives you more slow. It doesn't give you faster charge or slowing more items. You're already diamond. You might be haste 4 items for 1 second, so you'd give me 1 extra drill trigger, which would make everything go a little bit faster. That's not the worst idea. You would just, I think, be more damage and might charge slightly faster, but that's kind of irrelevant. The core doesn't matter at all. It's just a charge mechanism, and the rocket launcher doesn't matter at all. So it's, do I upgrade this? I think I might actually need to go to Bazaar and take a look at this. So give me just a second. What's the name of this guy? Yellow. Yeah, so you do get 1 more haste trigger, which would make everything go a lot faster. In terms of skills, I mean, I think the only skill that would maybe make a big difference would be some kind of weapon scaling. So like, again, like when you freeze or when you slow, gain damage. But I gain so much more burn by everything going faster, so I think I am going to upgrade this. And again, the reason why is because now this has 4 triggers every time it goes off, and every time you haste, you charge the power drill, which then charges the core, which then charges the rocket launcher. So basically everything, and again, this will chart, this is 4 instances of haste every time it goes off, so every time this goes off, this is going to get charged 8 of its 9.7 seconds, and that's not mentioning any of the other triggers that are happening on it.
Come on in. Let's chat. Buy, don't buy, as long as we get to hang out.
Enchant an item with haste. Now that's interesting. I think it's got to be the multicast. It's got to be the rocket launcher. Turbo rocket launcher. Every time it goes off, it'll be 3 haste triggers, which would be 3 haste triggers for the drill, which will charge an extra 6 seconds, which means it goes off faster, which means the core goes faster, which means then the rocket launcher goes faster, and then the cycle repeats. Okay, I've got about 500 more health in them. They're a haste, aquatic, burn, and poison Vanessa. I just don't think they can scale their damage as quickly as I can, although not bad on their part. I put out 830 burn, they put out 172 poison and 142 burn on them, so most fights they win, especially on, what is this, day 11, but not this one. And I think now I'm just gonna kind of lean in a little bit more, and I'm gonna go for as much XP as I can, because the odds of me fighting a pig on my last day that has like some like 4,000 damage output the first time it attacks is pretty high, and I don't want to lose to that, so I'm just gonna kind of do everything I can to max out my HP right now. Veteran Octopus is going to be a fun fight. It has 8,000 HP, and that means I'm going to be able to put up a lot of burn on it. It's going to be pretty quick though. I'm definitely going to get over 1,000 burn in this fight, I think. Oh, I didn't. 974. It was close. Okay, I don't need that. Freeze skills for this right here. When you freeze, your weapons gain 15 damage for the fight. Perfect, that's the one I was talking about before. Health and shield items, I don't have any of those. Temporary boost, I'm just going to take an extra 10% of max health for the rest of the day. That's going to get me over 6,000 HP. I'm going to go to fins, and
Our bodies are just containers.
I am going to take an extra 5% max health, permanent. And, alright, so it's a 4-win Vanessa on day, or level 13, on its last life. Which means that they lost early, they won in the middle, and then they lost late. And they're also at 4 wins and I'm at 9, so I'm not going to underestimate them, but I do think
But I've seen my share of storms.
this is pretty likely to be a win, but we'll see. Okay, so they are going to put out a lot of multicast, but
Defeat does not defeat me.
that was a nice build on their part, though. I mean, they got up to 1400 burn on me while I was only at 700, but it took them a second to get there. So by that point, their health had already ticked down. If it went down for like another second and a half, I would have been dead. If it went down for another second, because I think burn ticks every half second. Yeah, so basically the way their build worked was that every time this guy goes off, the weapons gain 236 damage. Every time this goes off, the friends gain multicast, and then it was all based around this guy, which was the fiery dragon whelp, which is burn equal to this item's damage. So this goes off, this gets multicast, and then this goes off, and this gets 230 damage, 236 damage multicasted, and then with some crit chance, I think it crit. Nice build, honestly. If I had a little bit less health, I would have been guaranteed to lose that, but not a bad 10 piece. I'm still a little bit bummed about losing on 8, because this very easily could have been a perfect 10 piece, but 10 win gold victory I am pretty happy with. Dually, that was a pretty good dually run. Anyways, thanks for watching, hope you're having a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you later.